Yeah, g'day. I thought I'd show you guys my South Park collection. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, so I finally got my butt into gear and do it. So this is pretty much everything South Park in this video. So as you can see, I'm a bit of a fan, putting it mildly. So I've only got up to 20 seasons on DVD at the moment. I don't know. I think they've released 21. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I've been watching it since the 90s, and I've just been a huge fan ever since. When I was in primary school, also known as elementary school in the States, I went and I got my great auntie to tape it for me off television on a VHS. And this was back in season one. So yeah, and so she was quite old, and she didn't get it, and she taped it, and she handed the tape to mum. I made up crap. I was like, oh, it's my favorite program. I'd never seen it before, but I just was so mesmerized by the art style. I was just like, I really want to watch it, and so yeah, and she taped it for me, and she handed mum the tape, and she's like, you let him watch this crap, and yeah, so it's quite funny because mum had no idea, and I managed to get the tape, and then from then on, I was the coolest kid in school because I had a South Park tape, like VHS. So it's quite funny because I loaned it to my friend Ben at the time at primary school, and he was a little bit like Butters, and he taped over it with fucking wrestling, like. I got the tape back and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, it's just fucking wrestling on there. So, it kind of annoyed me because I was like, damn it, like most of my episodes are gone. You taped over it with fucking wrestling. So yeah, it's quite funny. So, that was my first experience with South Park. And then I ended up, when I was older, I was like, oh, they're on DVD now? I'm so buying them. So, yeah, it's really cool to have these. I like physical copies of stuff because, yeah, digital's just like looking at a massive list on the computer is not the same as looking at physical copies. And I like how like Matt and Trey are like, I mean, they're probably not cool with piracy, but they're just like, whatever, we've made enough of this. So yeah, more people get to see them, the better kind of thing. And I think that's a really cool attitude. So yeah, kudos to them for that. So, as you can see, I've got seasons 1 to 20. I've got the standalone Imagination Land here. It's an uncensored director's cut, so it's quite cool. It's got a full commentary of Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I've seen Imagination Land, but I don't think I've listened to it fully with all the commentary yet, but I will do that. Because I just love hearing those guys talk. They're just so funny. And they just got really cool attitudes in life. So season 11 is where Imagination Land like aired. Well, it was around like the time of season 11. So on the season 11 discs, there is the Imagination Land trilogy. But like I said, I've got the standalone here. So that's quite cool. I got 2 copies of the movie. Scratch that, 3 copies of the movie. One on VHS. So I've had this for a long, long, long time. And it's in pretty good condition, actually. And it still works. I set it up on our old VHS player and it still works. And I don't know, there's just something really magical about watching it on VHS. Like it's kind of grainy and kind of, yeah, it just looks cool. Little bits of crap that's stuck on the film just kind of flicker and things like that. So really neat. I remember, yeah, when it first came out and my sister and I rented it out from the video store and then I was like, I want my own copy ever since. So yeah, the reason why I got 2 copies on DVD is because I thought I'd only bought one. I didn't know if I owned it yet or not, so I went and bought another one. So it's always good to have a spare, so that's good. Just a final shot of the collection there, and then we'll move on. If I had to pick a favorite episode, I'd probably have to say The Losing Edge from season 9. It's just kind of like when Randy started really getting into character, and it's just so funny. So yeah, if I had to pick a favorite season, I don't know if I could do it because I love all of them. A lot of people like the earlier stuff more, some like the later stuff. I just love the whole thing, and how it's evolved over time is just bang on. Like it's just sort of the idea of these sort of adult cartoons was sort of to challenge culture in a lot of ways, and I love that. And The Simpsons used to do that, and they used to do it very well. The writing was just about as genius as this, but unfortunately, they decided to kind of go with the grain of what's going on and stuff in the world now, and it just seems like the same kind of echo chamber bullshit that's always been like that you can hear anywhere. So like the whole idea of these cartoons is to kind of like give you another perspective on things, and I think South Park does that very well. It covers two sides of the argument very well, sometimes even more than two sides. So it's actually really awesome to see a show that can do that, and it's just genius writing in my opinion. All right, games. So before I get started, I just want to say if there's anyone from South Park Studios or from Xbox that is watching, then on the off chance, I just want to say, can you please release Let's Go Tower Defense Play on anything else but Xbox 360 Arcade? Because I really want to re-experience that game again. It's fantastic, and I don't want to have to buy another Xbox 360 console just to do it. So yeah, please release it on Xbox One, please. So yeah. Anyway, so South Park on N64. A lot of people didn't really have much good stuff to say about it, but I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I don't even think Trey Parker and Matt Stone like it that much from some of their commentary now, I guess, looking back at it. But yeah, I think it has its own charm in its own right, and I thought it was really fun, actually. So it was like a first-person shooter, but South Park style. So yeah, you start off by like hitting a bunch of turkeys with snowballs and stuff. You could pee on a snowball and throw it. Like that was real edgy. I can't believe that was on a Nintendo console. But I guess if you see like Conker's Bad Fur Day and stuff, it's I guess it's nowhere near as bad as that. In the way of like edginess. But yeah, it's a very fun game, and I had a lot of fun with it. So next up we have, well, Let's Go Tower Defense Play should be here somewhere, but I don't have a physical copy of that. There's no physical copies out there. It's only available, like I said, on Xbox Live Arcade, so you'd have to download it off the store and have it digitally. And this is what sucks about digital games, is that, there's no way of playing them again once the consoles are gone. And I guess like if they released it on PC, on Steam or something, it would have been neat. Or on Xbox One, like I said. So yeah, so South Park: The Stick of Truth. I got the Grand Wizard edition for the PS3. But this here, the gold edition of South Park: The Fractured Butthole, is it comes with a free copy of you can see that there, a free copy of The Stick of Truth, which is really cool. So if you're gonna get a South Park game, I highly recommend the gold edition of The Fractured Butthole, or The Fractured Butthole on Xbox One. So yeah, so these two are just fantastic games. They look exactly like the show. It's like you're playing an episode of the show, and it's just really funny. I might do a playthrough on the channel at some stage of one of these. I'll start with that one first because it's the first one, and then there's kind of a couple of callbacks in this. So that's the cool thing about South Park. There's a lot of callbacks, and if you pay attention, and it's sort of a nod to the true fans. So yeah, it's really neat. This here is a I think I've shown this before on another video, but it's basically a hand-drawn map, supposedly from Eric Cartman. I'll see if I can unfold it with one hand. No, not going to happen. Okay, yeah, like I said, I've shown this before, but I thought I'd show it again. Because it's cool to have any artwork from, like, the South Park team, no matter what. So, this is what I love about physical stuff, physical media. Because you can have actual physical artwork that you own. Kyle. It's obvious Cartman drew this. Princess Kenny's Palace. Yeah, Kenny's a chick in this one. This is for the this came with the Grand Wizard edition of The Stick of Truth, as well as a Cartman figure, which we'll get to in a moment. So yeah, very cool. quite a neat little map, actually. And what's that one say? Ye old shops. Yeah. It's they really actually had to map out the town properly. I guess it's totally different to the South Park game on N64 because yeah, that one they had to kind of do a three-dimensional town. But yeah, it's a lot of things have changed in South Park since then. So all right. So this here is the Eric Cartman statue that came with it. It's very cool. I like you can take the stick out of his hand and stuff like that as well if you want to. But yeah, give it here. So yeah, yeah, it's very very well made. It's I have a Stan Marsh little statue thing as well. I think you can even rotate his head slightly and things like this. Pretty sure you can. I'll just let's have a look. Okay, I've got like a pretty hickory freaking setup here for my tripod. Okay, it's up. Yeah, you can rotate his head, as you can see. The arms and that are bendable as well, so that's quite cool. And yeah, he's got a little pocket there. It's drawn on though. So yeah, that's real neat. He's a little dusty. On the bottom it says 2013 Comedy Partners. And on this one, you can see it says Kidrobot, which is the company that made this figure. So it's quite neat. His cape's a little dusty. I don't know, hopefully it's not. Hopefully you can see it because it looks very out of focus. Here's hoping you can. So yeah, pretty cool. So the Stan Marsh figure, this one's a little scuffed up. This came from a shop called Granny Mae's in Christchurch, and it had a whole bunch of like pop culture stuff like South Park, The Simpsons. They even had South Park t-shirts that you could press a button and they'd talk. They'd say a phrase from the show, which is really cool. I've never seen anything like it since. So yeah, I'm guessing that one wash through the washing machine and it's fucked though, but I don't know. So it's quite neat to see something like that. But this was on the shelf and it had like a South Park sticker here. But yeah, as you can see, it's been torn off. It says Fun for All Corporation at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't have a date on it. But I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, yes it does. It's right on his back here. It says TM and copyright 1998 Comedy Central. All rights reserved, made in China. So there you go. Pretty cool. So it's it's like a vinyl figure. Like I said, it's pretty scuffed up. I wouldn't mind trying to get some professional to repair this because it's yeah. So I've had it for a few moves and stuff, and it's obviously things get a bit damaged. But yeah, he looks really cool, his little poof ball. And yeah, this kind of made me real excited about the show as well because I could get little merch. They move like that, eh? That's quite neat. So the South Park Stan and the South Park Cartman, they're around about the same size. If we Cartman's a lot bigger, obviously, because he's a fat ass. Then, after that, we have... Oh, there's your stick, Cartman. Put that back in your hand, mate. Okay, so then we've got the Kidrobot figures I've still got in a box, which there's Cartman here. There's a little mini Grand Wizard. So yeah, they've never been opened. I've had them sitting here. I don't know what the value is of these, but I was like, I have to get these because they're so cool. I wanted to get all of them because I love the Stick of Truth. It's a fun game. For ages 17 and up, if you're under 17, you can fuck off. Yeah, Kidrobot again. So there's the side of the box. And then there's the back of the box. So it shows you each one you can get. Collect them all. And I did. So that's quite cool. So you got Butters. He's a paladin. You've got the Grand Wizard, which is Cartman. You've got Princess Kenny here. You've got the... he's a... What is he? Like a Jewish elf or something. What is? Oh, he's like a high elf, I think. Is he? I can't remember. And then obviously you got Stan, just a generic knight or something. And yeah, I love it how they've just got like toys for weapons. I think that's really neat. Like Kyle's just got a golf club. So yeah, and then you've got the side here, which shows Cartman, Stan, and Butters. So very cool. I love this show so much. As you might be able to tell, I'm a bit of a fan. So that's just the Grand Wizard there. So we'll leave him there. And then we'll grab the next one. And this one is Kenny. The princess, it says. It's Princess Kenny. So yeah, there is, I think, is it this one or is it Kyle? One of them has like just you can tell that the paint in the factory's kind of sort of missed a spot or something. I think it's just like a little bit of paint that hasn't been, I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, I don't know if it's, this is basically the same stuff here. But yeah, you've got, it's kind of interesting that the factory or whatever it was, these have never been opened, so it's not my like doing of the damage. I think it's this one. Is it this one? No, maybe it's Butters then. No, they've all got their own little weapon with them, which is cool. Where is Kyle's golf club? It's in here somewhere. Oh, is it in the side? I think it might be in the side. Yeah, you can just see it. I don't know if you won't be able to see it in there because, well, especially if I'm not holding it at the camera. So yeah, it's the same kind of thing. You've just got high Jew elf. Yeah, he's a high elf. He's high Jew elf. I'm just gonna shove Jew in there somewhere. The warrior. And yeah, it's just Stan. He looks freaking cool. I wish there was a full figure like about the same size as this one here, but done like this. I reckon they look badass. There probably is somewhere. So yeah, good old Kidrobot. They've done a really good job of these figures. I can't remember which one it is. One of them looked like they had a bit of paint damaged or something. I can't remember where it was. I thought it was Kyle. I really did. I thought it was. But yeah, Butters. He's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's that. That's all for the Kidrobot figures and whatever this one is. This is like the 1998 model. So that's cool. Then finally we have Mr. Hanky Bobblehead. There's a whole bunch of these. I was going to get them all, but they're just so expensive. They're like $40 to $50. And they're very rare now. They're quite old. So this one here, they talk when you bobble their head. He just says, howdy how. And yeah, it's quite cool. I took the batteries out because it drove me nuts. It was real creepy. Like it just started doing it when it was just sitting there by itself. So I was like, okay, I'm taking the batteries out. And yeah, it's quite cool. Well, I guess it wasn't creepy. It was interesting. It might have been just whatever that set it off. 2008 comedy partners, all rights reserved. So that's cool. Is it? Oh, that's from Funko, is it? So is this like before Funko Pops or something? Funko.com, made in China. Yeah. And there's the serial code there, which is A051. So that's quite cool. Yeah. So very neat. I'm trying not to put them in boxes because they get damaged. Like I think his head, something was damaged with his head. That's why it doesn't work as well now. There's no batteries in it currently, but it was really weird because when it went off by itself, that was after it was damaged and it couldn't nothing triggered it. It was really hard. I had to bash it on the head and do all kinds of stuff to get it to work, but it was real strange. Like it just started to work by itself. One time I was lying in bed and it's like, how? And in the dark, I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I took the batteries out. So yeah, that is my whole collection, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What is your favorite South Park episode? And If you can pick one, or what is your favorite season, or what one stands out to you as like one of the funniest? I'd like to hear what your comments are. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I got the Stan Marsh hat, and I was like real excited when I ordered it because I'll be able to like cosplay or something when I go to sort of like a party or an event or something like that. I've had a few sort of invites to stuff like that over the years, and I got this, and it doesn't freaking fit. Yeah, so I'm a little bit disappointed. It doesn't quite reach under the ear here, and yeah, I've just got a gigantic freaking head. I don't even know how my mum gave birth to me, to be honest. She needs a freaking trophy. Um, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look at my South Park collection stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.